Oh, he landed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tony looks on, bro. Oh, Tony's looking good right now. Oh, bro, you know what might happen? This dude might gas out. Aren't they in like altitude right now? Oh, he sat him down. Are you serious? Wow. Tony is on fire right now, baby. Tony is back.
A few moments later.
Oh! Oh my God. He could do it from half guard. He could do it from half guard, but if he passes, it's over. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's... Tony Ferguson, bro, what are you doing? Oh my God. Dude, that was sad to watch, bro. That was sad as hell to watch, bro. The way Tony was flopping, bro, that was sad as fuck. So before fighting Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson, of course, had 5 losses in a row. 1 loss to Justin Gaethje. He got TKO'd in that fight. A decision loss to Charles Oliveira, a decision loss to Beneil Dariush. He got KO'd by Michael Chandler and also got submitted by Nate Diaz. And this fight against Bobby Green was supposed to be the fight that Tony Ferguson used to launch himself back into the winning column. It is definitely a fight that, of course, Tony Ferguson can absolutely win. And he was doing a very good job in this one. In the very early rounds, when the fight started off, Tony was moving very well. His defense was really good. He was slipping punches. He was rolling on the punches. They were matching up against each other really, really well. And at one point in that first round, Tony actually sat down Bobby Green. And I remember seeing that and being so excited. I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, Tony Ferguson's back. Like, he is back. He's back to being absolutely dangerous. He's back to being a menace. This dude, Bobby Green, is probably going to gas out because, of course, they were fighting in altitude and Tony Ferguson has never had any issues with cardio. And then as the fight progressed and Bobby Green started to find that timing, a lot of those things that Tony used to do in the past that he would get away with, right? Like turning his back to his opponents, kind of leaving his chin up in the air a little bit. Like, he has a very unique and a very interesting style that worked for him in the past. But the one thing Tony had going for him in the past while he was using that style was his attributes. The fact that he was extremely tough, and even if he got caught or he got hit or he got whatever, he was always able to withstand whatever his opponent would throw at them. Tony used to do a battle of will where he would always come out on top, where he would always attack his opponent's will to be in there. And because he has a mind that's very difficult to break, and you see that mind in this fight as well when he got caught in that submission, and in his fight against Charles Oliveira with the freaking arm bar. Like, we've seen Tony in some serious situations where, like, man, he should be tapping. This man should be giving up. He's bloody, he's battered, he's bruised. I mean, the referee had to essentially save him against Justin Gaethje because Tony wouldn't quit. His whole entire body was shutting down from the amount of damage he was taking. And the ref had to stop it because he was like, his brain was short-circuited, man. It's a very interesting thing the way that man fights. But now, of course, he's facing some of these guys. You know, he's facing the Michael Chandlers of the world. He's facing Bobby Green. And Bobby, that's not to say that Bobby Green is a better striker than Anthony Showtime Pettis, or that he's a better striker than Rafael dos Anjos, or even Edson Barboza. It's just, at this point in Tony's career, a lot of those things that he was able to get away with because he was extremely tough and he was very durable, a lot of those things he really can't get away with them as much anymore. For one, he's got so much more scar tissue now. He cuts a lot easier. So as Bobby was just tagging him up, slicing him up. And then, of course, Tony in this fight tries an Imanari roll, which, of course, went nowhere. And Bobby Green, surprisingly, was actually content staying on top of Tony. He sat in Tony's guard. He did a very good job of keeping his arm safe, arm on the outside, as opposed to, like, giving Tony an isolated arm to have him arm bar to get caught in a triangle. he did a very good job of making sure that it was either all the way in this way or all the way out. So that tells you Bobby is definitely well trained. He knows exactly what to do to keep himself safe in there. And he was raining down a lot of ground and pound on Tony. After a while, he was able to pass Tony's guard. Well, he passed from close guard into half guard. From half guard, he was able to flatten Tony Ferguson out right away. And man, Tony really tried. He did every single thing in his power to try to not tap to that. He didn't tap. He was just flailing, kicking his leg and kicking his arm. It almost looked like he was trying to will himself into surviving, right? He was trying to, it's like, man, like he is so much tougher than his own body is. Like his mind is so much more bulletproof than his actual body. So he's like trying and doing every single thing in his power, fucking kicking, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to tap. But man, when that thing is locked in like it is, it's only a matter of time. He was either gonna go to sleep, which I think he was about to go. He was very close to going to sleep. Not totally, but he was very close to going to sleep. And the referee in that moment stopped the fight. Bro, that makes it 6 losses in a row. 6 losses in a row for Tony Ferguson is something that you never thought you were going to see. At one point, this man had 12 wins in a row against the likes of Dos Anjos, Barboza, Donald Cerrone, Anthony Showtime Pettis. And he beat them. He absolutely beat them bad. But now, I personally think it's probably time for him to just hang it up, because what this is starting to look like right now, it's starting to look like BJ Penn. You guys remember BJ Penn? It is starting to look very similar to BJ Penn, because BJ Penn at one time had a long winning streak as well, right? He really did. But then BJ Penn lost to Frankie Edgar, and then he fought Nick Diaz, Rory McDonald, Frankie Edgar, Yair Rodriguez, Dennis Seaver, Ryan Hall, Clay Guida. He lost all those matches. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 matches in a row he lost, ending his career with a record of 16 wins and 14 losses, bro. The prodigy, the one they call the prodigy. 16 wins, 14 losses. That is a horrendous record. But that's just what happens when you hang around for too long. So I think right now his career, his record still looks good. 25 wins, 9 losses. Let's not make that 25 wins, 11 losses. Let's not make that 25 wins, 12 losses. Like, let's not keep going and going, losing brain cells, getting damaged even more. Like, at some point, I know there's nobody that can convince Tony that it's probably time to hang it up, but hopefully he's got people in his life that can tell him, okay, bro, like, you really gotta stop. Like, you really gotta stop. It's time to end it. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this whole entire thing. Do you think Tony is gonna fight again? Do you think Tony is done? Let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe, boys. Peace out. Have a good one.